Hey guys, how are you? This is the second independent episode of Bravo, We're Black. And this is the pop culture episode. I want to say though, y'all gonna be proud of me. I am caught up on Real Housewives of the OC. Sit still. I'm caught up on RHOC, but you know what? I'm gonna save that for Saturday so we can get back on track, you guys. We're gonna get back on track because Salt Lake City is coming back. You know, I'm caught up on RHOC Orange County, and then I'm gonna get caught up on Miami, have my girls on, and then Potomac is coming back. Okay, Karen free, free Karen backwards, Karen free. Okay, so there's that. But today is the pop culture episode, and it's also like what's going on here. Okay, I need to tell y'all what schedule you need to be on. I'm going to tell you what to watch. I'm going to tell you when to watch it. I'm going to put you on to some things that you might already know about or you don't give a fuck about. And that's okay because I'm going to make you give a fuck about it. And if you still don't, it's okay. You can just skip the part of the episode where I talk about it. You know, we're all free here. Just don't skip the ads, okay? Listen to the ads, especially now that I am INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that mean? Listen, baby, I feel like Anthony Mackie. It's gonna be so funny if you guys are watching the YouTube, but I feel like Anthony Mackie when he's in the chair and he's just like I feel free. I feel freedom. Like Anthony Mackie in that chair. I know exactly how he felt. Because it just makes you want to go harder. And like we told you, like there's no fallout, there's no negativity, there is nothing. It was literally me, manic. I do my best work in a manic episode, looking at some things and deciding, like, okay, if I don't do this now, then I probably will get too comfortable and I will never do this. And basically, it's like a now or never kind of thing for me. And I decided that I wanted to be now more than ever. And, you know, if it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. I gave myself a time frame to where I need to see significant results or I'm going to fade into the background. I'm sorry. I cannot keep just doing this for the fuck of it. And it's not that I don't want to do it for free. It's because things cost money. And when things cost money, but you're spending time on doing other things and planning other things and thinking about other things, that is what is going on here. So I am getting help getting monetized. I'm going to need your help with just listen to the ads. And if you fuck with them, you fuck with them. You don't, you don't. I'm definitely not going to try to offend anyone. So I turned off the political ads. Like, I don't want that. And then they were just like, do you want inappropriate ads? Well, baby, what is inappropriate ads? Like, let me know. Like, what's going on? What does it mean? But I did keep sexual ads in because we're all adults here, right? Like, hello. What else happened? I've been filming a documentary, which is crazy because I always used to talk. I used to interview myself a lot, or you know how you just imagine yourself being interviewed, but it actually like happens, and you're like, And it's also not like what I thought it would be. Like I thought I'd be a lot further, but the fact that I am even a part of it, I have to start counting my blessings and focusing on them and focusing on how much bigger it's going to be. Like right now, I'm on my couch. Who knows where I'll be in a year? Maybe I'll be in a studio. I'll probably still be on my couch, honestly. The fact that you're actually getting this, that you're getting this video episode, um, is only because my best friend did my makeup because we did some UGC stuff. So that's why my face is beat and why I am completely on camera and I have my Beyonce thick my Beyonce thick shirt and I have Dosa Bear right next to me. If you guys are listening, you can go on YouTube to watch this episode for free. Go on the Bravo While Black YouTube. You can just type it in, find it. I'm also going to link it to stories when this goes out. Like, I'm going full force, okay? And I have received, me and Aaron, because, Aaron has been back a lot because, we were making this transition and also he's going to be in the documentary and we're planning some things and we just want to take you along with us. So it's going to be so fun and thank you for your support. Now that we got the house cleaning out of the way, Black Excellence Award is absolutely going to go to dun dun dun, dun. And you're not gonna believe it, but Doja Cat. Doja Cat eating that lipstick on the red carpet. That's the kind of shit that I live for. Like she really does have the potential to be the next Nicki Minaj. I think she's the only one who has the potential to be the next Nicki Minaj because she has the writing skill. She has that weirdness, that quirkiness. She has that hilarious sense of humor that makes you question if she's on drugs. She has that spastastic confidence to her. She can do pop. She can do rap. She can sing with the ghetto girls. She can sing with the pop girls. She can sing with the neo soul singers. She is a chameleon and that's very important. But also, you know that Nikki, she used to do some weird things. On the red carpet, at the Grammys, wherever she was, we were always wondering what was Nicki Minaj going to do next. It was Nicki Minaj and it was Lady Gaga and they were weird and it was everything. And when they do their Roman era stuff and they do their art pop but born this way era stuff, that's when we get excited because we haven't had anything like that. Like, yeah, Mega's cool. She's herself. Lotto's good. Glorilla is good. You know, Sexy is has a road of her own. I like love Sexy, but I'm talking about like long term pop rap. Like can really get in the paint, serve fashion, serve weirdness, serve cunt, serve not caring what anyone thinks of you. That's Doja. And she had a Mac combo. Well, not a combo. JT had the combo. Shout out to JT also. Holding it down for the alt black girls. And it's just so good to see that. Like her as a dark skinned woman have her own combo at Mac. Just like Elandria's gonna have her own combo at NYX, I believe. But yeah, like Nicki Minaj had this signature Barbie pink MAC color, and every fashion girly wanted their hands on that pink MAC. Nicki Minaj thing, just like the Pink Friday fragrance, like the Pink Friday outfits, like uh, the Nicki Minaj line at Kmart. Cunt. At the time, people didn't get it. They didn't get the vision, but it was everything. More importantly, Nicki Minaj will be first, my Black Excellence, and then Doja Cat because she's the one who allowed her to get here. Speaking of Lady Gaga, I finished Wednesday. I will say them breaking it up into two parts really pissed me off, but Netflix has been managing to figure out how to stick the landing. And I want y'all to remember when it was first announced who the cast of Wednesday was, everyone was fine with Jenna Ortega, but the dad. So many people had so much to say about the dad being cast as the dad on Wednesday when it was so stupid because it was very clear that Gomez, like, what are we talking about? It was perfect casting from the get go. And, like, not only did he really solidify that in the first season, but in the second season, he also solidified it. He also gave his best performance. He also really stepped up. And it was just so good. Like, obviously, if you didn't know what was going on in this season of Wednesday, I'll just give you, like, I really didn't know that much until I watched the breakdown videos, I'll be honest. And I still gotta watch the breakdown videos for part two, okay? But basically, Wednesday has a vision because she's like Raven. She's like, if you could gaze into the future. Whoa. I'm figuring out in real time that they call it like the Raven when you can look into the future and have premonitions and stuff like that. And also, Raven was named Raven because she was psychic. I mean, but also that was her God given name. But she was psychic, and ravens are psychic. Mind blown. What the fuck? What the? They snapped. 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 Okay. Let me get back on track. What was I even talking about? Okay, so she was having premonition. Basically, her best friend, the pink girl, this is what I'm gonna call her, the pink girl from Minecraft, baby was gonna die. And Wednesday's whole thing was trying to figure out how to stop her from dying. And also, she had this little weird ass girl following her throughout the entire show because she wanted to be just like her. And then there was Tyler, who ended up being a Hyde. And I'm still not sure what a Hyde is. I just know that he kind of just freaked the fuck out of nowhere and would turn into a monster. And then they also had like this zombie that grew back and came back to life because of the Pugsley, the brother. He took him as his pet, and mm, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Like, he ended up turning on him. Anyways, long story short, well, it's not going to be short because I still am talking about it. Long story continued. Wednesday was able to stop her Pink from dying, but then it turned on someone from the Adams family was going to die. And I was like, they better not kill the daddy. Because he's the darkest one on there, other than the mermaid girl. She had her own storyline with Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi, the guy that I used to think was Adam Sandler's dad, was on Wednesday, and he is just such a creep. He's so weird. Perfect role for him. Thing really stepped up this season because Thing ended up being the. We found out whose body Thing, the hand, belonged to, and he belonged to the zombie that Pugsley found at the beginning of the season, who ended up being his father's foe, which was crazy. And it was just it like the way it all came together and the way Lady Gaga canceled her last show in Miami. Sorry. I went to the first show, and let me tell you, that bitch sung and danced the house down. I went to the first show, but she had to cancel by the third one, and that's what happens when a star has, especially a star that has something wrong with them. Like, we know that she has fibromyalgia. We know that she has had stuff wrong with her before. We know that she has a grueling performance. It's not a little 1-2 step. Like, no shade to Ariana. Went to Ariana Grande concert. Probably going to the next Ariana Grande concert. I don't know. Depends. But she puts on a full show just like Beyonce. There's choreography, there's live vocals, there's stunts, there's a lot. Okay, it goes that goes into it. So when you know this person is sick, or when you know this person who has had knee surgery and they have 3 dates almost back to back, you're gonna want to go to the first or second show, babe. Especially after they took that break. I don't know why you would think the third show would be the one to go to. I always go to the first show. With Beyonce, I go to the first show. Gaga, I go to the first show, especially when you know that this person is going through some things, okay? So I'm sorry if you guys were unable to see Gaga on that third show. She's trying to quote unquote reschedule it. But in Miami, the last time we weren't able to finish our show because it started raining and she did the stadium tour and she was outside, and we thought that she was going to come back and finish the show, and she didn't. And that, I would say, that's worse than canceling the show. Well, not worse than canceling the show while you're outside. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at y'all because I would be pissed. Like, I would not care. But I would have to understand because I am a disabled person. I know what it feels like. And I, even on that first show, I saw the pain in her face. Like, she looked tea, body was tea, face tea, voice tea. Like, everything was Lipton about the show, about her, about the people that she had on tour, her guitar. Her guitarist was so fine, Lord. Whoa. Hit me up. Um, her guitarist, like, but you could just tell, especially when you're someone who holds a lot of pain back in order to not disappoint anyone else, in order to help everyone else. You can tell when someone's in pain, and she was in a lot of pain. And she did that second show, and I'm like, hmm, I hope she does the third one. Little did I know, literally, the third one, while everyone was outside waiting, she was back there doing vocal warm ups. She was trying to get on stage, and she blamed it on her vocal cords. But at that VMA, she sounded fine. Don't kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. Let me stop talking shit about Stephanie, because one thing about it, she showed out at my show, so I enjoyed it for you. And night three people, I'm sorry, and I genuinely hope that she does reschedule so you can experience that show, because that show 8 down. Okay. What was I even talking about, child? It's been like 20 minutes and I have not been talking about what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I think that first I need to get you guys like on track to what we're watching, right? Mondays, I have nothing. Tuesdays, nothing. Wednesdays, the summer I turned pretty. Hope you're watching it. We'll be talking about it. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I want to put out a Thursday episode. And when the Thursday episode comes out, I will have seen the newest episode of The Sunrise Turned Pretty. So see how I have the mind of a master. Wednesday, The Sunrise Turned Pretty. Um Only Murders in the Building. I think that comes out on Mondays. Not 100% sure, but the first 3 episodes have dropped. So I'm going to need y'all to get on track so we can talk about it. Because I'm so sick of keeping these niche shows to myself and wanting to post about it, but knowing that it's going to flop. So I'm keeping it to myself and I'm done doing it. So we're going to watch Only Murders in the Building on Mondays, I think. Tuesdays, I'm still not sure what comes on. Wednesdays, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Thursdays, Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Real Housewives of Orange County. Um, Real Housewives of Miami because I am going to get caught back up on that. Okay. And also Fridays, Love After Lockup, which I'm going to get caught back up on. I don't know if I want to talk about it on here too much or if I want to talk about it with Raven or where I want to talk. Just know that I'm going to be watching it though. That's the thing, and that's really the whole point here. Um, Love After Lockup is just so good. It doesn't matter what season it is. It doesn't matter who's on it. Anytime I'm just like I don't care about these people. I don't know these new people. I don't give a f. It's like they pull me back in and suddenly I'm waiting every Friday to watch that. Um, some things coming up. Love Island Games, which I kind of want to get into. Reasonable Doubt. That's another one that I want to get into week to week. So it's going to be, and that's on Hulu too. So it's going to be Only Murders in the Building and Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt, I want to talk about. I need my people of color that watch it to hit me up. I need the white people that watch it, non people of color, people of color who aren't black, black people. I need anyone who is watching Reasonable Doubt to please raise your hand and raise the roof and get into my comment section because I'm going to post about it because I love Jax. And also, my man from Power, yes, Tommy, is going to be on there. So we're going to have to talk about it because I wanted to talk about it before, but I was just like, I know people are watching it, but I don't know if I have the capacity to talk about it. Baby, now that I have free form and I need to be putting out as much episodes as possible, we're gonna yap. We're yappers here. We are yappers. Dun 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 dun. Um, yeah. So Love Island Games is gonna be coming. Salt Lake City is gonna be coming. Reasonable Doubt is gonna be coming. Beauty in Black. Beauty in Black, girl. We are going to watch the hell out of Beauty in Black. Beauty in Black is going to deliver. Oh, for those listening, I'm talking to Dulce Bear, which is my almost life size teddy bear that actually belongs to my mom, but she has not picked her up yet. So until she picks her up, she's named Dulce Bear, and she's here to keep me keep me strong. Beauty in Black, baby, I can't wait. What else? Oh, Thursdays also Peacemaker. You know, I love me some John Cena. But what I really love is how excited James Gunn is about this show. So much so that he is doing a podcast about it, which sometimes I feel a way about someone doing a podcast about a show, but he does it to where he's just telling you about the behind the scenes, and then he has a special guest from the show and he moves along. He allows other people to still put out their theories, put out their breakdowns, and also they are able to use what he said in his podcast to help their videos. And he's not cornering the market on Peacemaker podcasts. I'm like, I feel like I should be talking about Peacemaker, even though I just found out about him on the Suicide Squad. No, like I like the way that he does it because he doesn't really like cover every little thing. He doesn't confirm or deny every little thing. He's just having fun with Jennifer Holland, who plays a hell of a hardcore. And I really enjoy, oh, and Steve Aggie, is that how you say his last name? I really enjoy their dynamic. I enjoy James Gunn putting me on to like Swedish rock. I enjoy how much he loves working with the cast and crew and like these little tidbits and how he whispers improvisational lines in their ears and how he lights up when he talks about it, and how John Cena appears on the podcast not as a guest, but he has a little piece bit that he comes on. And it's just fun for someone like me who I don't really care if things are canon, not canon. I'm still really not sure what canon means. I'm still not really sure what retcon means. I don't know. I'm just having a good time. I just really like the show and I'm enjoying things that are happening. I'm enjoying seeing Danielle Brooks. Hello, Oscar winning Danielle Brooks be in a different role because I'm so used to seeing her in heavier roles, and her to play this silly goose character and for hardcore to be like the hardened one, but you can tell that they love each other so much and it's such a fun female friendship. And also having um Daniel Brooks's character and John Cena's character be so close is something that I really like seeing also. And I just love it. And I love Vigilante. Vigilante is hilarious. Tim Meadows is about to have his Believe You Me. And I said this on Threads. Tim Meadows is about to have his third act. His first act I wasn't around for. He was on Saturday Night Live. That's where he comes from, and that's why he's so funny. And now it makes sense. It's clicking to me. The second round, I was still very little. I think that it was when he was on the first Mean Girls. I thought that he was hilarious, but I didn't even know that he was known for being that hilarious. And then this is now the third act because he is ridiculously funny as that agent on the show. And always see I always see him pop up on the screen and I'm like, what is he going to say next? Nicknaming someone titties is crazy and sticking with it. Having bird blindness is crazy. It's gaslit me to the point where I'm like, is this a real thing? Is bird blindness real? Can you have bird blind? I know there's face blindness. And what is face blindness? You don't remember faces? Imagine you marry someone and they don't remember your, like, how does it work? How does it work? Do you have to see them every day? Is it like meeting a new person every day? This is not about face blindness. This is not about bird blindness. This is about Peacemaker being a great show. Comes on Thursdays. Would like to discuss it, but I can't really discuss it in too much detail. What I can say, and I want y'all to know, Harley Quinn, the DC animated series, although it may not be quote unquote canon, has taught me so much about Lex Luthor, about Superman. Fun fact, on Harley Quinn in season 4, Lex Luthor lured Superman to the moon and put him in one of those boxes where he could not use his powers and he needed the yellow sun. And Harley Quinn was the one to break him out of the boxes. I've learned so much that I know about the DC universe, especially to do with villains, literally from Harley Quinn. And people think that it's a joke. People think that Harley Quinn is just, and Kite Man are just shows that are just throwaway shows. Obviously, they needed that when they put the app out or whatever. No, there's a reason that these shows, have these different arcs and they introduce these different characters and they have these different like plots because it's teaching me so much that I realize plays out on the big screen or on other shows or on live action shows. It's so crazy when you put certain stories together from the Harley Quinn show to whether it's Superman or whether it is like the Justice League, a lot of like Aquaman, like a lot of stuff that has come out, I've learned on Harley Quinn. Joker, like Batman, even. I learned about the Penguin in the Iceberg Lounge from Harley Quinn. And I'm just saying that if it's a good gateway for people who are not deep into comics, deep into DC lore, who just like adult shows, to watch Harley Quinn and then pick a show. And you'll either know the villain or you'll know some of the lore. And that's something that gets ignored so much because I'm seeing similarities between the Lex Luthor on Harley Quinn and the Lex Luthor from Superman. And let riddle me this. Oh my god, riddle me this. Listen, Brainiac. Y'all are talking about how Brainiac is going to be the next villain. Guess who was in the last season of Harley Quinn? Guess why I know Brainiac's backstory? Because it was in Harley Quinn. Brainiac was in the last season of Harley Quinn. And that's the only reason that I know who he is and what he likes to do. He likes to bottle society up and make them perfect. Why do I know this? Because of Harley Quinn. Shout out to Sam Register. Shout out to James Gunn was in Harley Quinn. Literally. I feel like I'm too passionate about this, but you guys don't take it and I'm not saying go and take it seriously and take it as law, but I'm just saying give it a little bit more respect. And I would like to know more about the future of Harley Quinn, more about the future of Kite Man. And I'm just talking about the animated series, baby. I don't care. Well, not, I don't care. I want Margot Robbie to continue in the DCU as Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, but I'm just saying I want 10 more seasons of Harley Quinn. I want 10 more seasons of Kite Man. Um, yeah, so I mean, that's pretty. Oh, rewatch. That's another thing that we're doing. Raven and I've convinced her to watch The Vampire Diaries. So we are going to watch The Vampire Diaries. Rewatch The Vampire Diaries. It's on Peacock. I am on episode 3. Okay? I'm personally, and only rewatching this because I cannot wait for Klaus Michelson to land down and lay everybody out. Klaus Michelson, period. That's the thing. So yeah, I won't get too deep into it, but we're watching Vampire Diaries, and I'm so excited about that. because obviously the summer I turned pretty is about to end. They have released another season of My Life with the Walter Boys, and apparently there's a scandal about My Life with the Walter Boys. The girl Nikki Rodriguez is actually 33, and she's been telling them people that she's 22. And I know you fucking lying. But guess what? The gag is y'all believed her because she's playing 16 in the show. So what's the problem? And the real gag is she wouldn't have had to lie if you wouldn't let old men prance around and play whatever age they want to when they very much look that age, but you want to age women out when they turn 40, right? Keep lying, sis. I love a liar. I love a liar like that. That's a harmless lie. Just like Maddie when Euphoria, she was telling people she was 26 and she was 32. Not to bring that up again. Am I being messy? Anyways, child, let's see who's on Love Island games because that is something that I did see came out, and then I need to figure out, like, am I going to talk more about what I wanted to talk about, or should I wait until tomorrow? Either way, I'm so glad to be here with you guys, and thank you for listening. And yeah, Love Island Games. The cast was announced. I think that it comes out on the 23rd. I actually have never watched it. I don't necessarily care for it, but I'm going to watch it because this is the first time that Ariana is hosting it. You know, Kendrick is going to hate it. So, the Islanders, the first round at least of Islanders, Andrea Carmona, Andrea, Andrea from season 6. Okay. Andrina Santos from season 7. Charlie Georgie. I'm going to just say Charlie. You know who Charlie is. From season 7. Christopher from season 7. Oh, good for him. Good for Christopher. Thank God. Because he really was like dragged for what? Garby from season 4 of BENL. I don't even know what is season 4 of BENL. Where is BE? British English? British English North London Love Island? I don't know. Isaiah Campbell from season 4 USA. Josh Goldstein from season 3 USA. KK from season 5. Kendall from Kendall. Lucinda from season 7 of UK and season 5 of Australia. Don't know who that is. Mert from BENL. Don't know who that is. Nicola from season 1 of MT. Like, where are these? There was a Love Island MT, like a Love Island Montana. Is that what it was? Solene from season 2 France. And Tyreek from season 2. No, season 10 UK. Yeah, okay. Not necessarily excited, but I don't hate it. So there's that. I'll watch it. You know what? I also don't want to promise that I'll watch it because if it gets boring, I might duck out, and I don't want you guys to be like, "Oh, well, you said that you're gonna cover, you said that you're gonna cover it week to week. You said that you're gonna cover it week to week." Listen, I did not cover Beyond the Villa because that shit was boring as fuck, and especially after that shit broke about homeboy being racist. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see her get her heart broken. Bye. Speaking of Love Island, I am so glad Andy Cohen clapped back at Huda's delusional ass, because she was apparently, she said that his questions were inappropriate, um basically, during the Love Island reunion, because he asked her about her relationship status as we saw her prancing around with Louis. uh we saw her, we saw you with our own two eyes. And she was like, it's a Netflix thing, it's a Netflix thing, we don't give a fuck, we're on Peacock, and we already saw you, so it wasn't private, so do a better job. How about that? And it was an appropriate question because he was asking about people's love lives on a show where you were supposed to find love, on a show where you acted an ass. So be clear. So he said, well, let me tell you what she said. She posted a TikTok saying that his repeated pressure made her uncomfortable, which was stupid, because I could understand, because he did not ask about a lot of things that he could ask about. He could have asked about that BBL. He could have asked about her past. He could have asked about her daughter. He could have asked about the things that she did to Chris. He could have asked about a lot of things that he did not ask about because he knew he wasn't on Bravo. He was very well behaved. He was very toned down. You got very lucky. So he responded, and he was like, there were some youngsters at the reunion who were maybe unfamiliar with my work. Ooh, who were very active online. And I was like, girl, you clearly have not seen what I've been doing for 20 years. And second of all, when you go on a reality show about finding love, and then you go on a reunion for that show, I, as the host of the show, am going to ask about not only your time on the show, but your love life in general. That is what I would call questions that are appropriate. Anyway, anyway, it was a joy hosting that show. I was really honored. The show is a huge hit, and I was really happy that the host, Ariana, let me do that with her. And I thought that she and I had a great dynamic. She was able to speak to things that she saw happen while in the villa. And I was kind of more representative of what the viewers were saying and thinking. And I thought that worked well. So I was really happy about that. Clock it. Applause. I do not ever want to hear this bitch's name again, ever. Like, get out of my face. Matter of fact, that whole cast can go. And Nicolandria can just be a beautiful couple, just getting brand deals, and that's it. But like, as far as interviews and all that, like, they can all go. I need a break. I need a break. I need to be left alone in a dark room, and I need to be back to the, like, I need to get back to my housewives. I need to get back to my scripted shows. I need them the fuck out my face, frankly. So that's that on that. Um. Oh, another thing about Andy is that I think that he said that he microdosed weight loss medication. Baby, just say that you was on a GLP-1 and go. Everyone's on one. You're late to it. And he showed some before and after. Well, he didn't show some, but there were some before and after pictures, and he was saying that what was he couldn't get under control was like the cravings, and that's exactly what a GLP-1 does. It helps you get your cravings under control. It allows you to stop snacking just to snack. It allows you to stop eating out of boredom. It allows you to stop overeating. It allows you to stop having to have that sweet, or having to have that thing that you think that you need but you don't. It makes it so much easier to literally just say no or to eat less of it. You can still have your good stuff, but you're still going to be working out. You're retraining your brain to, eat the good stuff and not crave the bad stuff. So it's easy to be like, "Oh, I'm microdosing it." I don't believe in microdosing it. Just say that you're on a GLP-1 or you're not. Microdosing is for shrooms. It's for hallucinogenics. It's for drugs that are going to make you have a good time. This is not that, daddy. You're on a GLP-1. You probably use Mochi. Speaking of a GLP-1, shout out to Mochi for sponsoring Bravo While Black. Bravo, We're Black. You can click down below to get you $40 off your GLP-1 that's going to help you. And if you want to call it microdosing, I'll support you. But I'm gonna leave the link down below so you get the 40%, not 40%, $40 off, and you can start microdosing GLP-1s. You can talk to a doctor. You can talk about what GLP-1 you should be on. You can talk about the problems that you have. You can talk about which one you think is best for you. You can get injections. You can get pills. Like, it is 2025, baby. Get on that GLP-1, and it's affordable. You're not going to be paying Andy Cohen prices, but you're going to be getting Andy Cohen results. Okay. Okay. I'm so glad that he said that, though. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, just stop lying, people. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, you look hotter. Not only do you look hotter, but you end up being healthier. Like, and you think that it's because you were doing yoga? You think that you were doing it the old school way? Like, there are people that still do it the old school way, and I applaud them. But when you all of a sudden, like, babe, 2 months later and you're 20 pounds lighter, what do you like? Be for real. I just don't like when people lie about that shit. That's why I didn't lie about it. Like, period. Yeah, and now what? Now what? Because I need to get back to what I was. I need to get back to where I was. Period. Um, Everything that I have heard about Charlie Sheen has been against my will, and maybe I will save that for tomorrow's episode. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about Justin Baldoni, but I don't really know what's going on with that. So I need to get informed about that, and then I will come back and talk about that. But it was so good chatting with you guys about so many different things. I mean, like, it's just so it's so good to talk about these white people's business, child. And I hope that you guys are having an amazing week. It's the middle of the week. I'm back. I'm independent. I'm clear. The reason that the volume was so low before was because me and Aaron were sharing the mic, and also I'm new at this editing thing. So y'all got to give your girl some grace because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to get it together. I am. I am. And I love you. And I will see you soon, guys. And look out for some announcements. Or, ooh, you know what else I want to talk about? I know I had to talk about this now. And I need to get her name right because she is a low down, dirty dog. And I wonder what Neve, or yeah, Neve thinks about all this. Like, isn't that insane? So I want to talk about Unknown Number, the high school catfish. It is about Lauren and Kendra Lakari. When she was 13 years old, she was dating a guy named Owen. Her and Owen were each other's first loves. They were 13. I don't know if it was because it was a pandemic. I don't know what made this lady do this. But they started getting a bunch of threatening texts, bullying texts, weird, perverted, crazy texts. They ended up breaking up. The texts didn't stop. They got worse. Started calling the girl anorexic, saying that she was hooking up with the guy, just like blaming it like some other girl got blamed for this catfish that was bullying someone, and no one knew who it was. And where are the parents? The parents are trying to figure out who the hell could this catfish be. Back of my head is none of my business. Halfway into the motherfucking documentary, we find out the grandmama is the baby. And when I say that, it's a quote from Jocelyn. But the girl's mom, who's been getting bullied, is the one who's bullying her. Kendra is her name. Kendra Lakari. And we see body cam footage of the police going inside after like there had been so much talk around it. There has been an investigation. She had been cooperating. They couldn't trace back the number. They couldn't figure out who could it be that's in that inner circle that's doing these things. And it just turns out that it was the mom. And the dad is like, what the fuck? The mom ends up going to jail, but she did not get enough time. She did not get enough of a sentence. She did not get enough of anything because how dare you? You disgusting, raggedy, stankin', no good piece of crap. Sorry excuse trash of a egg donor. A child, not just a child, but your own child. And the crazy part is not only was it the girl's own mom that was bullying her, but she justified it and she was like, I know my kid, she was never actually going to do anything to hurt herself. What? They asked her why did she do it. She made it about her. She was like, I thought that I was talking to me. I had self-conscious about my legs, and I was just, and then I felt, and then a whole bunch of shit that don't got nothing to do with shit. Every excuse in the book except the fact that she's a fucking pervert who bullied her daughter and needs to be in jail. People literally sell weed on the street and get more time than this woman got in jail for bullying young kids and framing young kids. This bitch needs to be under the jail. This bitch needs to be at alligator fucking wherever the fuck Alcatraz. That's who needs to be at alligator Alcatraz. Those kind of people, that woman. And then the poor girl is so traumatized and has such a trauma bond with her mother that she's not even like really mad at her like that. Even when they went inside, like it's on the documentary is on Netflix. I made a bunch of memes about it, but it's not funny. I actually heard about this story back when it happened. That's why when people kept telling me, you need to watch the documentary, you need to watch this documentary, it's crazy, you'll never believe what happens, you don't understand. Like, I was watching a whole bunch of reaction videos and just reading people's reaction about it, saw it trending, and even people just talking about it. I'm like, oh, I know the twist. Because one, it's a catfish, and two, people are too like shocked about it. And I remember hearing about this in real time because I was just like, her mom, the person who gave birth to her, the person who was helping look for the person who was bullying her daughter, was the bully instead. That was some unheard of shit. So it was spoiled for me a long time ago, and it wasn't spoiled for me by the internet or a friend. It was just using my common sense because it was one of the biggest stories of that time when they figured out who it was after all that time. And the fact that she was even allowed to sit on that documentary and talk about it and also play in my motherfucking face on Netflix, playing our face on Netflix was absolutely insane because you know what you were doing. You're speaking from a point of view where you were trying to act like you were trying to figure out, oh, what was going on? What's happening? Da, 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 da. I can't believe this is happening to my daughter. I just feel so bad for her. They were texting her this and texting her that and texting her sexual things and texting her inappropriate things. Bitch, it was you. It was you. It was Agatha all along. And that's what she looks like, Agatha. Agatha, not Catherine Hahn Agatha, but Agatha when she is a nasty, disgusting witch monster. That was a good Halloween documentary because this bitch needs to get bopped in her head. How dare you, as a mother? You do not even deserve to be called a mother. There are people out here dying to have children, dying while having children, trying to provide for their children, and you got the nerve to sit up there and say that you were bored and lie about having a job and not having a job. And then the daddy, no one was mad enough for me. The kid, I get because you were traumatized. The daddy, I don't condone violence, especially the most. I do not condone violence, especially domestic violence. But they would have just been getting me off that bitch if it was me. I'm sorry, you are not going to bully my daughter and stay in my house and act like you didn't know what was going on and act like it was something, your mental health, and act like this and act like that. And then the daughter still wants to have a relationship with her mother after that because she's trauma bond to her. Watch the documentary, look at the memes on the timeline, and then go see what everyone is talking about because this shit is something that is unheard of. The messages would just make my skin crawl. She needs a good ass. Put her on Jocelyn's Cabaret. Put her on Jocelyn's Cabaret immediately and make her ass learn the I like the way you are dance forwards, backwards, and in between, or she gets jumped. That's the only redemption that she gets. Because, ooh, that pissed me off so bad. Like, as a mother, as a human, as an old ass bitch, you're bullying a child and saying all these sexual things about another child. That shit gets me hot. That shit gets me hot. I want to whoop her ass for her, for the daughter, okay? For the daughter, for the son, for the father, and the Holy Spirit. I want to give her a good bop. And she'll learn. Because it just seems like she ain't learned. It still seems like when she's rationalizing it, she's just talking about how she had her own concerns and her own and this and that, and the dog died and she was skinny and she was anorexic and she felt this way and she didn't have a job and she was bored and she didn't have why are you texting children sexual things, and why are you living to tell it? Sounds about white. All right, y'all. Have a great week. I will be back tomorrow. I've literally talked an hour. Bye.